headlines in the southeast today. Growing up gay in post-war Britain, 97-year-old George Montague tells us about his secret life before homosexuality was legalised. £1 billion. But since the beginning of the pandemic, between Tunbridge and Robertsbridge has reached. Now this month is LGBT History Month, and this week we are sharing stories from the community across the southeast. Today we look back at some of the milestones, the changes in law from starting to decriminalise homosexuality to nearly 50 years later, equal marriage. A warning though, there are flashing images in this report from Sarah Smith.
Posing for the cameras is part of most wedding days, but it's rare for the world's media to turn up. But Neil and Andrew Allard's union was never going to be low-key. 1 minute after the law changed, they tied the knot at Brighton Pavilion, the first same-sex couple to do so. George Montague served in World War II and got married and had 3 children, all before, in 1967, sex between men was at least partly decriminalised, hiding his sexuality for fear of prosecution.
You have to live in the closet. You have to live a lie. You have to be a little bit of an actor. You have to be a good actor.
Now 97, he spent decades here in Brighton, campaigning for equality. In 2002, same-sex couples were finally...
Part of LGBT History Month, we're sharing stories this week from the community across the southeast. Tonight, we look back at some of the milestones, the changes in the law which decriminalised homosexuality to nearly 50 years later, equal marriage. A warning though, there are flashing images in this report from Sarah Smith.
While posing for the cameras is part of most wedding days, it's rare for the world's media to turn up. By the time sex between men was at least partly decriminalised in England, George Montague had served in World War II, got married and had 3 children, all the time hiding his sexuality for fear of prosecution.
You have to live in the closet. You have to live a lie. You have to be a little bit of an actor. You have to be a good actor.
Now 97, he spent decades here in Brighton campaigning for equality.
Nobody cares, nobody minds. It takes all sorts to make a world.
In the year 2000, the military finally allowed people to be openly gay. The same year, the age of consent was set at 16 for all. Then 2 years later, another milestone, same-sex couples allowed to adopt.
It just means that we've been able to build a family in a marvellous way. You know, we feel extraordinarily lucky.
For Basher, Jeremy and their little boy, family life is now just like any other.
It's really tiring, it's knackering all the time, but we are really lucky that we have an amazing, really funny little boy who makes us laugh the entire time.
In 2004, civil partnerships arrived, with Linda and Jane, one of the first couples in Kent to take the plunge. But it wasn't until 10 years after that Neil and Andrew, here at Brighton Pavilion, could finally say, I do.
I think we were both surprised that equal marriage did actually come along.
How you feel?
Proud of that.